This is Guardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. We're here in the Clear Life HQ, League City, Texas. I got a guest that's zooming in. I'm going to let him introduce himself. We're going to find out everything that he has going on. Hey, how's it going?
Hey man, what's up?
Not too much, just hanging out. It's kind of got a rainy day here today, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the Houston combat sports community. If someone hasn't met you, what's your name? And then let me know where you train out of.
All right, I'm Glasper. I train out of Global Martial Arts in Tomball, Texas.
Yeah, I haven't been to Global Martial Arts, but I've driven past it, and there's a lot of, gyms on the north side of town, right there, and I think y'all have like good working relationships together as well, huh?
Yeah, there's War. I know that there's Empire. I trained with Empire a couple times. House of Dragons around the corner too. I met all these guys there. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good talent coming out of Houston. I know there's an event taking place. It's this week Friday. You're on the card. Let me know, I guess, what the event is, and then what can people expect from you.
It's a kickboxing event in Elevate. It's April 25th. What you expect from me? I'm gonna go out there and put out a show, man. I want that belt. I want to win this fight so I can get this belt. I want to make it to the pros and hopefully transition MMA, maybe go UFC, ONE FC, karate combat. It doesn't matter. I just want to go out there and show my talent, man.
Do you know anything about your opponent that you're fighting?
I know his name is Zamora. I've seen a couple of his Muay Thai fights. He's very traditional Muay Thai. So it's gonna be a lot of kicks, a lot of banging. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to turn him. I'm gonna try to be aggressive, and I'm just gonna try to make it fun. I want to make him bleed, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I've had the chance to watch him fight before. Super super nice guy. There's so many nice people in the combat sports martial arts community, as you know. Do you ever find it hard to fight some of these guys, or you become friends with them after, or what does that take?
Yeah, actually, my last opponent from House of Dragons, Ben, he was such a nice guy. From the moment I took the fight, he was like, "Thank you for the opportunity, thank you for the opportunity." And I was like, "Man, I really don't want to hit this guy." But once we got in the cage, it was all business, and he's a warrior, and I'm a warrior, and we knew what we had to do.
I think you took
But yeah,
that.
that can be kind of hard.
I think you took that fight, short
3 days
notice.
notice. Yeah,
Yeah,
3 days notice.
and you stepped in, you made the most of that opportunity. I guess walk me through what happened leading up to that fight for you.
Man, I honestly I just had a baby recently, so I wasn't even training 100%. And I had just started training like 3 weeks prior, and then my coach hit me up saying, "Hey, Chris, want you to take a fight. I need you to take this fight. It'll be a good opportunity." I said, "Okay, cool. Say less. What I need to do?" He said, "It's at 170." I said, "Dang, 170 kind of big, man." So I died a little bit. I just went from 180 to 170, and I went out there and fought, and I did the best I could. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I knew the kid was good. I knew that he was a berserker out here, that he likes to go forward, pressure a lot. So yeah, I just went out there, did my thing.
Yeah, I mean, for you to take that fight on a short notice, you made the most of it, and I guess even according to you, you weren't training as much as you would be leading up to a fight. Was there ever any doubt that crept in, or you knew what you needed to do walking into the cage?
Man, when it comes to the doubt, I just kind of put it in the back of my head and say I was made to do this. No matter how many times I tried to quit, no matter how many times I told myself it's not for me, God showed me that it is. So I didn't have any worry once I got in that cage. I actually had the time of my life. It was very fun.
Yeah, why'd you start? How'd you find yourself at Global Martial Arts, or where did your journey start at?
So the funny thing is, I started because I wanted to get in shape and just learn how to defend myself. It's just self defense. And then one thing led to another. The coach I started with, their Krav Maga, sent me over to Global to meet Jimmy. And next thing I know, I trained there a year, and then they signed me up for my first fight, and I just loved it. Like, it was terrifying, it was scary, it was a good challenge. I lost that fight sadly, but I learned a lot since then,
Hmm.
and I've been fighting ever since. I think it's been 3 years now, 3 or 4 years.
Okay. Well, let me know. I guess what was your experience like with Krav Maga?
Krav Maga was cool. It taught me the mentality of no matter how much pressure is put on you, that you have to fight through it, that you just can't give up. So it was really good at 18, 19 to learn that whenever my back's against the wall, to push through whatever.
Yeah, Krav Maga is. I've done some Krav Maga at training as well, and it's just like a different mentality and a lot. I mean, it is self defense. That's all, by any means, self defense. And but I guess there's even like rankings and all these different things that you can achieve, and in that martial art as well.
Yeah, what my coach used to say is more of a mentality than a martial art, but same thing. It's just to teach you, someone attack you, you put them down. That's essence of it. You just put them down.
Yeah, you talked about potentially going into MMA. Uh, at this point, you've only done kickboxing matches. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Only kickboxing so far.
Yeah. Are you training any grappling or wrestling? With that as well. I know Global Martial Arts has a lot of different things they offer.
Yeah, I'm dabbling in jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I actually was supposed to do a couple of MMA matches back before I started kickboxing, but then I ended up having an injury, and then we picked up my second fight against a guy named Ramos for Texas Clash. And then my coach just told me, "Hey, stay with kickboxing, and we can always just sprinkle in MMA at some point." But the goal has always been to be transition MMA. It's just I started getting a little traction with the kickboxing, so we stayed on it a little bit longer. But yes, I'm dabbling in jiu-jitsu as well. It's not as good as my striking, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, so your striking looks pretty good. That's nice. So I mean, obviously, work on what you need to get that goal. Talk to me a little bit about Elevate. What's been your experience with the promotion and just with the overall crowd in Houston?
Man, there's nothing like the Houston crowd, to be honest. Elevate, the people have been so receptive of me and so friendly. And it's just a joy to fight for them, to be honest. Not to make it seem like I'm glazing or whatever, but yeah, it was a good promotion. I really like them. I don't have any problems. I don't have no problems finding opponents. And I got this title eliminator, and then once I win, I have the title fight. So that's all I can ask for.
Yeah.
I do it a lot.
How has life changed for you since becoming a parent?
Man, it makes things more real. Everything is about my daughter and my fiance now. It's less about me. So I have less fear when it comes to my own safety, I guess you could say. So when I'm in there, I don't think I'm thinking about is, hey, I got to make it to my family, and I got to do this to make their life better. Like I said, if I can make it to ONE FC, UFC, Karate Combat, it would change my life forever, and it'll change theirs. So that's my goal, to be honest. Ultimately, I
Does your
mean,
fi-
I think I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I know. Even though, like on the side, I'm doing respiratory therapy. I work at a hospital, and that's pretty good money, but it's not the same. I feel like I could change their life a lot more with this, to be honest.
Yeah. But
I can make it.
it is important, I guess, to be able to have that, even in the meantime, to be able to do both. And then, when the career as it grows, it takes off, and make that decision to train, full time, or that's paying the bills, and take that calculated risk.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. That would be a dream, to be honest.
Does your fiance train, or what does she think about you stepping in and doing this?
She's very supportive. She doesn't train, and she didn't grow up with that mentality. She kind of had whatever she wanted thrown at her, to be honest. But she's very supportive. She tells me all the time, "Hey, if it makes you happy, you go for it," and I do every day.
That's awesome. Very cool. Tell me about Global Martial Arts. What's the training room like there? There's always, I would say, there's some very high level competitors, but what sticks out to me is how many kids come out of that gym. If there's like a jiu-jitsu ADCC Open, or even like grappling matches, these kids come out and they're little killers.
Man, the coaches don't give us any slack, man. Between my strength and conditioning, all the way to Jimmy doing jiu-jitsu, or Scott for the pads and the striking, our wrestling. Man, it's just it's a family. It feels like a family. It doesn't feel like a gym. It feels like you're just at a family, and you go to have fun, and you just go to be with people that love you. So all our athletes and people that come out of global, we just tell them do your best, and we're always there to get better. It's never like you lost and you suck. It's more like, okay, you lost. What can we learn from it, and how can we get better?
Yeah.
So it's a very tight knit family, I would say.
Yeah. And there's the next competition, is coming up. And I don't know if the coaches can, push everybody to compete a lot, but y'all do compete a lot.
Yeah, we do. They tell us that we don't have to compete, but they've let it be known that we probably should. And it's not a bad thing. It's just them telling us like, hey, if you want to achieve something in life, you got to put yourself out there. They don't believe in second guessing yourself. They don't believe in the word can't. They believe that if you trust us and trust your coaches, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And I do love that about them.
That's awesome. Can you remind everybody one more time what's happening this Friday? How can they follow along on the journey? Maybe come watch in person. Let them know what's going on.
This is DeAndre Glasper. I'm fighting April 25th on the Elevate kickboxing card. I'm going against Zamora. Just come watch, have a good time, have some beers, have some food, enjoy the violence, and I'll put on a good show for y'all. I promise.
DeAndre, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
That'll be it. Thank you guys so much.
This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.